Hi everyone, good morning. It's a beautiful day. My name is Vibha Singhal. I'm the founder and CEO of Sukoon Unlimited. To begin with, wish all of you a very happy Teachers' Day. All of you have been teachers to us on a daily basis. We have learned how to be ourselves from you, and a lot of us, a lot of what we are shaped by who you are. So, thank you for being our teachers every single day. Sukoon Unlimited is a young startup. We started earlier this year with a singular objective of bringing more joy and comfort to our senior citizens. Our entire company is dedicated to bringing more happiness to our elders and to bring that happiness through genuine connections, conversations, and more friendship between senior citizens across the country. How do we do that? We do that by two methods. We support one on one connections between senior citizens, and we support group connections like the one that we are having now, where seniors from different parts of the world come together to learn together, to share together, to support each other, and to exchange life stories and experiences. You will see a QR code on the back of my screen. Open your camera, scan this, and you will get to see the Sukoon Unlimited website. All our details are mentioned there. Right? If you have any query, I will leave behind our contact details in the chat window. Now, today's session is a very, very special session because we are going back to basics. Because this is a teacher's day, we are celebrating a learning week. Now, in the learning week, we are going to cover three topics for the next 7 days. Actually, for the next almost 10 days. We'll be covering tech related queries, we will be covering legal related queries, and we will be completing finance related queries. We are going to organize 1 hour of session every single day on Sukoon Unlimited for you to come and learn on one of these topics. The calendar, agenda, all of that will be available on the Sukoon Unlimited community. Right. Kicking off today's session with technical query and learning the basics of technical. We have a very special guest. We have Munish Sharma with us. And sir, can I request you to come on camera? He's there.
I
Okay.
I am on camera, right?
Perfect. Perfect. So we have Group Captain Munish Sharma here. Group Captain Munish Sharma has 35 years of experience in the Indian Air Force, where he was leading mega projects for Air Force, including IT transformation, risk management, and post his recent retirement, he's now the founder of two companies. I'm unable to manage one. He started two companies. One is in the space of financial planning and advisory, and second is in the space of IT tech hiring. It gives us immense pleasure to have him here. And he is being today hosted by Sarthis Ravindra Kumar. Sukoon Sarthis are very special human beings. They are people with very, very rich life experiences, but they have a very strong need to give back to the community, to be in the service of community. And they're extremely patient, non-judgmental, lovable seniors whom we very, very fondly call as Sukoon Sarthis. Ravinder ji joined us recently as a Sukoon Sarthi, and he will be co-hosting the session with Manish sir. Over to both of you.
Thank you, Vibha. Thank you for the wonderful introduction that you made, and very good occasion to begin these sessions for learning. And we have in our midst Manish ji with a very vast experience. Um, he would be talking to us about the digital applications which are becoming over by the day, are on the increase, and is becoming a must for us, as far as digital payments are concerned, logging in to the email IDs, WhatsApp has become a very active medium of communication, a social media, and that's all these things. We learn about this through Mr. Manish, who would take us handholders and walk us through the entire program today. So again, welcoming Mr. Manish Sharma here with us. Thank you. So Manish ji, am I
Uh,
audible to you?
yes,
Yes.
you're audible. Thank you very much, Mr. Ravinder, for such a wonderful introduction. And I also thank Sukoon and Ms. Vibha to invite me or to give me an opportunity to talk to you people here on this platform. Thank you very much. And yeah, you were saying, sorry, I interrupted you.
So there you it's most today's world, we have importantly all the appliances and gadgets. The mobile phone in particular has become a part of our life, so close to us. But there are a lot of functions, in the mobile phone which are to be learned by us. All of us may not have the access to learn, may not have the facilitation to do that. Somewhere we need to begin. And by the day, I see that these applications are becoming not just fancy, but becoming a need today, an absolute need today for us. As particularly the senior citizens who are, adapting to the change from the existing system to the new systems which are coming in, it's becoming very difficult for us to, learn things unless they are taught. One way of learning is through our children or through somebody at the home. Most of us at this moment, are all embroiled in our own activities. We could reach out to them when we have some, challenge, but not to, they may not find time for training us in particular that. So this session is, attempted to, give us some insights on how important these functions are, how important these tools are for us in our life. So I will just take you through a few questions which would, are common to all of us. It's particularly my question which I am addressing, which I hope will be also the concern for all others. So as I see that digital literacy basics are very vital today, I would want you to just take us through what does digital literacy mean in this modern world and why it is becoming so important.
Yeah, in fact, I will answer it in the reverse order. The digital literacy is important in today's world because we are all surrounded by anything and everything digital. If I can quote a dialogue from a movie uh, wherein it says that from nib of the pen to the zip of the pen, everything is engineering. Similarly, when you wake up in the morning and whatever you're using, there is some kind of a digital environment you are actually interacting. So, this is very important to us because otherwise if we do not understand this world, if we do not get literate about the digital aspects surrounding us, we would be left behind in this sense. I won't say left behind, there's no race or a competition, something. We would be isolated. We won't know what to do. And the kind of problems, especially the elders are facing because of unawareness about the digital environment around us. We all know, we keep reading about it in the newspapers on a day-to-day basis. So now digital literacy, when I say, is as the erstwhile maybe 50 years or 40, 70 years back, there was a adult literacy program wherein even if somebody was able to sign his her name by using a pen, was considered to be literate. So if I have to draw a parallel from there, so understanding the basics of whatever day-to-day usage items are there, and how to tackle them, how to make yourself comfortable, whether you are conversing by, as you said, WhatsApp, keeping yourself safe, your equipment, your mobile phone, your laptop safe from intruders, your bank account safe. I think we can say simply, easily call that, yes, we have a certain amount of digital literacy. There's an advanced training, advanced tools available, which there's no end to it. Anybody can carry on learning. But basic should be, easily operate the features available on the mobile phone. It may not be all, I won't say the development features, etc., but the basic features available on the mobile phone, the basic apps which are used by everybody for day-to-day, conversion, usage, assistance, that should be known. So if somebody falls into that category, I will call him a digitally literate person.
Well said. Many of us today have adapted, like, many of us are operating WhatsApp on a regular basis. We have a lot of groups, friends group, families, etc. Even the senior citizens are also engaged in this today. Nevertheless, there are several other functions, which are there, on a day-to-day when you're transacting into a banking transactions for particularly, or to anything, booking a ticket or online. These are all things which are, people are grappling with, and they are learning. So there are challenges as we learned this WhatsApp and Google account. Some of them have still, but some eventually are finding it difficult to fall into the space of this digital world. And that's why we are here to enable them. You can also touch upon how they could make a start. What are the some simple digital skills that come up to them, which they can slowly start, seek help, and all these things. Like, I can start with a feel more comfortable using tech. How do you, that kind of a sort of a fear or sort of a feeling that I can't do this? Anything on that, Manish ji, that you would like to, uh, tell us about, how we could break that barrier?
Uh, it's a very relevant question to start with, because I have experienced such kind of a thought process in my close family, wherein the elders were not willing to do anything on a computer or a laptop. Okay, mobile smartphone came much later, but when I told them, okay, type this, try, because somebody who already knew how to type, he could type it on computer as well. But the person was hesitant. So I told him, I said, keep searching, use the search in the computer, use it, try to, do something, doesn't matter, even if it gets deleted, no problem, we can retrieve it. This guy was not ready to accept it. He had always had fear, if something goes wrong, what will happen? So first is, one has to understand that things can go wrong when you are not very comfortable with the digital world. But there are certain precautions, if we all follow, nothing will go wrong. And these precautions are nothing, unique or out of the world. These are the basic precautions which we follow in our normal day-to-day life. Say, for example, I don't open my house door for anybody and everybody to walk in and make themselves comfortable. Should I open the door of my mobile phone for any and every app to come and make themselves comfortable? The answer is no. So I do not talk about my say personal finances, or family issues, or my medical issues, health issues, with any and every strangers on the street. I am going walking. Just imagine a scenario. Munish Sharma is walking on the street and he happens to meet Mr. Ravindra on the road, whom he had never met earlier. And he says, hold on, yeah, come here, yeah, gentlemen. I have actually got, a lot of problem, this, that, and all. No, whether I have got a plan to go to New York today or I am walking up to the neighborhood market, it is only the close family people will know. When I come out of my house, I lock up everything. I ensure the electricity, all the switches are off, my geysers are off, my gas is switched off, everything is done. But when it comes to digital, we try to think of in a different scenario. We try to think of, there's something different is happening. Basic is these basic tenaces of your personal safety, if they're adopted in your day-to-day activity in the digital world or digital life, nothing will go wrong. So the fear has to be removed. There's no fear. Second, one has to exercise caution. And the caution is by way of practicing the basics which we have been doing it all through our life, and also practicing our, like a child starts walking not on the day one, they starts practicing, go slowly, hold somebody's hand, and then walks, and then gradually become confident. So that has to be done. I mean, I do not expect that once we complete this session, everybody becomes digitally literate and start, dishing out messages and mails, etc. No, but then idea is to become aware and use this is a fantastic tool. I mean, I always wonder, like when this mobile phone was invented, today it has replaced the entire, full of office desks to in just one, device which you can put it in your pocket and carry it anywhere. My office is where? My office is my digital device, whether it is a laptop, iPad, or a mobile, right? So being careful is fine, but don't be scared. It is a tool in your hand, and use it intelligently, and you will find the fantastic results. I mean, our life can become so much easy by using these tools. Okay.
Thank you, Maniji. Very well said. I think, on this you have taken us through. One is very important is digital literacy, that the change which is happening thanks to COVID to a large extent, where we have become, many of us have turned digital now. And it's the order of the day when people, are making, we are talking about efficiency. Going to the bank and transacting is one thing, but how often is the bank or a post office or anything which is where we need to go is convenient to us. So sitting at home, in the privacy of a home, we can still operate this. And communication has become one very important thing. We can communicate. Distance is no more the barrier for all of us. So we are able to communicate through digital media. And next, coming to this, feeling of insecures, feeling of inadequacy, Manishji took us through, everywhere there are advantages, the benefits, as well as the pitfalls. We need to be cautious, discerning about all these things. And that's where Manishji stressed that, we need to nevertheless be in touch, start operating the digital these tools. And more we learn, more and more the competent we become in this. So very well taken through this from Manishji. And coming to the next is then now see, and same this thing as a communication. Now we are talking about Google account. Most of us are operating. Google account has become a sort of, tool which, wherein information is exchanged, whereas there's a world of information which is available. As you said in your earlier statement that, everything it is today is available at a hand today, and we need to make utilization. You need to utilize that. So how do I open a Google account? What information do I need to provide to create a Google account? Nevertheless, many of us do have a Google account. We have operated this, but this is for the general, all of us, some of us who do not have the Google account also could also be a part of us and learn from this. So I just wanted to, Maniji, to introduce us. What is this Google account? What are its, uh, basic applications? How do I get into a Google account? What do I need to do in this?
Okay. We'll start with Google. Google is, I mean, Google account is for an individual. But if you ask me, the Google is an entire, it's an ecosystem of the digital, information, or it's a tool in your hand wherein you can do a lot of digital activities by only using a Google account. Okay. Even if somebody learns how to manage his Google accounts, I would say half of his digital literacy is already achieved. So and opening a Google account, okay, before I come there, I will also try to add things here that uh, in comparison to what it was, maybe 10 years back, using all these digital services and digital tools have become much more user friendly, much more easy for somebody to adopt to and get accustomed to. The reason is one, whether you like it or not, your information is already digital. Okay, everybody knows you in the digital world. Only thing is you do not know who all know you. Okay. So, but when when you already have that information on the digital world, might as well explore it, utilize it. So when you open a Google account, there are very few basic requirements are there. When the personal information, that is, you would need an identification by way of name, an email ID. If you do not have, you can create it while creating a Google account. Mobile number, date of birth. These are the basic four information which is required to open a Google account. Okay. And okay, I'll go step by step. So this is the basic information which is required for opening a Google account. We'll come to how we use it a little later. I think you have another question. I could make out something else.
Yeah, see, of course, what you said is very, informative. What you need to open a Google account, what is Google, all that. One point which is personally, let me tell you one thing is that as we go digital more and more, lot of security systems, lot of, passwords and user IDs are to be remembered, and not just in Google, but eventually even your banking systems or your anywhere you need to go if you want to open your Aadhaar account or anything. How do it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep bear this password, etc., in the mind, or else keep it somewhere where sometimes we may forget even where we have kept it. How convenient it is, and how could we really keep this password and the user IDs very securely?
You have actually, I would say, raised a very relevant topic. Let me tell you, not even for those who are not so much digitally literate, even with the guys who are uh, fairly literate about their digital activities, it doesn't take much time for somebody to guess their passwords or PIN, which we call as, because there's a pattern. In fact, I was going through a report some time back. There's a pattern wherein almost 60% of the people, their PIN or password is something which can be easily guessed. Maybe PIN, if it is a 4-digit PIN, it will be either date of birth or year of birth, self, wife, children, some pet. That that is the kind of a pattern which is followed. Similarly, when it comes to password, it is like some name, some random number. Random number is almost, oh, I think almost 99% people use it at the rate 123. That's a standard which people use it, which is very risky. Okay. But then here comes a counter question that, if everybody wants a password, every site you visit, every bank you visit, they need a password. How do you remember all those passwords, right? So, though there are certain third-party tools available, but then Google account has this feature that it can remember your password. Okay, that's why I said the Google is a complete ecosystem. It is not only a Google account, it's an ecosystem wherein it remembers your password. Also, you actually do not need to, give a password to Google. It can generate a password which will be unique, maybe 10, 12, whatever be the length required by the system wherever you're logging in. So those many digits it will cover. Like as an individual, I may have 6-digit, 8-digit, 10-digit password. I may not go for a 24-digit password because the longer it is, the more difficult it is
I
to.
think this is an interactive group. I would, though there's a question and answer session at the end of this, when we complete the session, anybody could pitch in, with any certain concern related to point which have been discussed. My request is that people could use this to, interact and also use this session to, overcome some of your concerns. So on that note, I will go to the next thing. As of we talked about the Google account and creating an account and all these things. Earlier, it was more convenient when people were using laptops and all these things, or desktops. We could operate the keys much easily. But now it's very difficult to carry these laptops or desktops. Of course, not the desktop at all. The mobile phone has become a computer by itself, as we said at the very outset. We shared this.
Now coming to when you open a Google account, it's simple. You go to the Google, it will ask you to provide the basic details and ask you to one is it can suggest you an email ID, or it can, but that is on the basis of whatever name you put in. Supposing I put my name as Munish Sharma. If there's a email ID as munishsharma@gmail.com, it will suggest me that, or otherwise it will add some numbers to it and give me a suggestion that this kind of a email ID is available for you. I can use it, or I can, I have the option to change that email ID, name. Till the time I'm satisfied with it, it moves further, and that is the time it tells me to, give a password. When I give a password, that password is accepted, and my Google account is created. Once the Google account is created, in the Google account, you will find all those, privacy, how to manage passwords, everything is there. Now, when you, supposing you want to go to, say, Facebook, you want to now open a Facebook account. So when you want to log in Facebook, it will ask you an option. Do you want to log in by using your Google account? Okay. So if you say yes, it will pick up from the mobile your Google account details and show you there your email ID. That is your Gmail ID, we call it. Okay. So that Gmail ID, just check whether it is correct, what you wanted it to. Uh, Click proceed. It'll ask you to put in a password, or there will be an option, do you want Google to generate password? Okay. So when you say generate password, it will show you a password which has been generated. Accept it. It will save the password in the Google account. It will be saved in an encrypted form, and the encryption algorithm is fairly complex. So you can be, I mean, though I won't be taking any guarantee on behalf of Google per se, but you can be fairly confident that your, the password or your, data is safe as they claim. Okay. And that apart, even if you want to put your own password, you can go ahead putting your own password, still have an option for allowing Google to remember this password. So once these passwords are remembered, the next time whenever you log in to that particular account through the same device, you do not need to put in your user ID or password. You just click on that particular application or icon of that particular application. It'll straightway take you to that app, bypassing that the process of logging in every time with a password.
Mobile phone be used for Gmail communication. And there are various things you can just walk us through quickly on how we could open a email, Gmail through a mobile, our account through mobile, and how easily I can send mails. And most importantly, today, in the modern this thing is sending files across, sending files to friends or to even to offices where they may need our certain documents sitting at a home. We could do that. If you could touch upon this, it would be so helpful, Manish ji.
Yeah. So as I said, when you are opening your Google account, that time itself, there's a Gmail account is getting created. Okay. So there are certain, they will ask you certain questions with reference to the security, the privacy policy, etc. Just accept them. You will get a email from the Gmail official team informing about creation of your Gmail account and also giving you details about what is, how secure it is, what are the features available, how you can explore things like that. Spend some time, go through it. Presuming that you've already done that, now that Gmail icon would be available on your mobile phone. It is already linked to your Google account. So whenever you access your Gmail account, you do not need to input a password. Okay. So now when you click onto that Gmail icon, it will open. It will first open the inbox. Inbox means whatever has come to you, that will be visible to you. Something which you have already read, it will be in a lighter, in a grayish color, and the dark or bold black would be something which you have not read. Generally, you also have on the left hand side panel of your Gmail account on mobile, wherein you can actually specifically select only the unread mails when your mailbox is full, so there's you don't miss out anything reading. Okay. So once you have done that, you will find on your mobile phone there will be a pen icon on the generally most of the mobile phone, it is on the bottom right. Bottom right, yeah. Wherein you click it, then it opens as a the new mail where you have to, if you want to send a mail to somebody. Okay. So when you click that, it will open a separate box which will have an input of to whom you want to send the email to. So put an email ID there. Uh, there are various options of giving, if you want to give a carbon copy, CC or BCC we call it. So CC is basically you want to give a copy to somebody. You want the person whom you are writing that mail, the first person, to know about it, that you have given a copy to so and so. Then you use CC.
Go through the understanding. Only thing we need to search for this, what we could conveniently do it on a computer screen has been compressed a little into the mobile screen, and that's why there may be a little difficulty, and otherwise this thing is same. And for people who I think are yet to operate the Google account or the Gmail account, etc., it is first step for them to understand this and make a beginning on this. Just coming down next to the apps, which is, of course, they are all very generic, more, day-to-day matters. But opening, downloading an app and opening it, how do you recommend us to do that? And is there anything that we need to be careful or discerning about? Can you just walk us through about this apps and how, like Zoom, today communication, all of us are on the Zoom today, and many of them may be on the mobile phones.
I was wondering if we could be told something about how to organize our mail. I keep getting a lot of junk mail, And of course, I have unsubscribed and so on, but it still keeps coming, some of it. So, one also stores Google Photos and such other things, right? So, this Gmail, the junk mail that keeps coming into your account, which you have not maybe, labeled junk. So, what do you do with that? How do you manage that?
Uh, it's a
Secret folders or something of the sort within Gmail. Yeah.
yeah. It's a very pertinent question in today's world because the memories or the spaces available, it's a digital world. So it's a digital real estate, if I can use the right word. So when you stay in a house, you get a lot of you junk over a period of time. You accumulate a lot of junk and you need to clear it. Okay. So similarly, in the digital real estate also you get a lot of digital junk. The reasons are plenty. The primary reason is that everywhere you need your Gmail account to be written. Because if you want to access nowadays whichever site you want to visit, within a minute or so, there will pop-up will come and it will ask you to put your Gmail ID there. The idea is so that they can, start bombarding you with a lot of advertisements and something which is maybe totally irrelevant or, unwanted. So that is a problem. Yes, the Gmail gives you only a 15 GB space. Rest everything you need to purchase from them. But then, if you actually when you open your Gmail account, whether it is on mobile or anything, there's a search column there. Okay, so when you go for advanced search, in that you will find that you have an option to search for mails which have attachments. So just choose that option of attachment and then search. So all those mails will come straight away in front of you, and you will know that these are the mails with attachments. Whether you want to keep them or not, you take a decision and then delete them, whichever you want to delete them.
The ma'am was also mentioning is that these unsubscribed mails also keep appearing, although once unsubscribed, keep coming to, with the new advertisements and so on and so forth. That is something. Munish ji is back, I think. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you once you're able to segregate those unsubscribed or the mails with type option, just select them all and delete them. Okay. So that will reduce the junk to an extent. But remember, when you delete them, they do not get deleted from your system. They are still part of the junk folder. You may have removed them from your inbox or any other places. They're still part of the junk folder. So now go to the junk folder, and there will be an option empty the junk folder, or recycle bin, we call it on the computer. Once you empty it, refresh your Google account, then only the space, the cleaned up or cleared up space will be visible to you.
I think
Hope I have been able to answer the question correctly.
Yeah. Thank you.
How to
thank
book
you,
the
Munish.
junk folder, Manisha?
So on the left-hand side, when you open your Gmail account, on the left-hand side, you will find there's a small panel which will have inbox, starting from inbox. Then it will be if you have created some folders like unread, read,
Yes.
spam, and if you carry on going below, you will find something called as junk. Okay. Click on the junk folder. All that information, all those mails which are there in the junk folder will now be displayed on the right-hand side panel. Okay. Select them all and just delete them. they get deleted once in every 30 days. Even if you do not do it, they get deleted once in every 30 days. And I would want to advise the community one thing is that whenever you receive a spam or a unwanted mail or a promotion mail, just don't simply delete it. In fact, report it as a spam. There will be an icon, app icon, which will be represented by a G. It's a white background and a colorful G. That itself is a Google account. In any case, when you actually use a search option of your mobile phone, when you type Google account there, the first thing it will show you is the account which is already there in the mobile. Or like if you're using Android phones, in Android phones, there's a stack of apps available to you. Above that, there's a search column. You write Google there, it'll straight away shortlist and only show the Google account there. I wish I could connect my mobile and show you, but then that is not happening.
I hope that has answered the question. Can we move on?
So I think let's talk about Zoom for this thing and then we can.
Yeah. Now, as downloading the apps, in particular apps which are, some of the apps become mandatory if you want to use a application like banking, or your gas cooking, LPG or pipe gas. So likewise, Zoom, more and more of us are today connecting over the digital platform, and Zoom is one popular, or Microsoft Teams or anything for that matter, is an application today available to us at our hand. So could you touch upon this, Manishji, on how do you download apps and especially this Zoom? You can
Okay.
be specific to Zoom so that when people are operating Zoom, they will be able to next time connect over the mobile phones from wherever they are.
Yeah. So, yes, before, okay, I'll first talk about apps are generally utilities which are created by, entities who want you to use those functionalities for your day-to-day use. Okay. You said about banking, or you said about somebody wants to book a LPG or things like that. So all those entities who are handling those businesses, they find it, because nowadays we are moving from laptop to the smartphones. The entire digital world is shrinking into your palm. Type that app name. You must know the name of that particular app which you're using. And don't simply just whatever comes right in front, don't just click it as a download. Though their systems are fairly stringent, their scanning is fairly stringent, so chances are that you would not be getting an not genuine app, you would actually be getting a genuine app. But still, if you type in, say, ABC Bank, there may be 3, 4 different apps saying as ABC app, and you may not know which is a genuine one, which is not a genuine one. Okay. So when you're downloading an app, I'm taking a little extra here. I'll come to Zoom in a minute, Mr. Ravindra. Idea is so that the community gets a clear understanding of this. There's a very crucial aspect. Safety is paramount, I would say. So when you have that app, once you think that this is the app which you need to be using it, you also you will have a fair idea as to how many people should be using a particular app. Say a banking app, I'm sure majority of them will be using it. So when you click on to that app, it will open an interface and say how many users or how many downloads. That is one parameter. If it is the bigger the number, the good it is that that app is genuine. I'm referring to bank, but it may be some utility app, some game you want to download and play. Okay. Second is the rating or the reviews. So the rating will be given, whether it is 4.2, 4.6, 3.8, 3.3, etc. Not only the rating, stars, go through the review, see what the people are talking about. Are people having problem? And then take a call whether this is the particular app which you were actually looking for or you were looking for something else. These are the basic, fundamental precautions one should take. If you talk about Zoom, so when you download the Zoom app in your mobile phone, it's fairly simple. You go to the Play Store, search for Zoom. You are, if one more precaution you can take is if you go to Google, search Zoom, there will be Zoom website or Zoom link. There will be an icon in front of that. So when you go back to your Play Store and when you are typing Zoom and the list of Zoom apps are available, so you know which one is not, which one is the genuine by way of icon. Click on that, you will be able to download the Zoom app onto your mobile. It is done once. Again, when you want to use it, it will ask you for same user ID, password system. Use your Google account. It will accept your Google account as a credential, and then you are, the Zoom app is ready to use. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Manishji, for that insight and the detailed information that you shared.
Somebody asked a question on the chat that why not manufacturers are blocking these apps, but this app store is not within the within the control of the mobile phone manufacturers. Mobile phone manufacturers is giving you an access to the app store. They're only giving you a link to the Android app store. The Android ecosystem handles, that's why I said their system is fairly stringent. So the chances of an unauthorized app sneaking into your system is remote, but still there is a chance existing. Say, I will give you an example. There is, when you search for Zoom, you will find, okay, Zoom has become a very popular app now. Say you want to download a cards game. Okay. So there are plenty of cards game available on App Store. Now, which one should you go for? You won't know. So when you do not know which one to go for, there are certain precautions which you have to take, because if you are downloading something which is not required by you, there is a chance, or it has got a lot of bugs. You see, what happens is the app is made, but then the ecosystem is changed, the system software is changed. If they are not upgrading, you will find there are a lot of bugs. So there will be a lot of problems. I'm not saying that all of them, these apps would steal your money or do something, but these are the basic precautions which I follow, and I always tell everybody to just follow it. There's simple techniques to ensure to be safe.
There's one question now asking, how do you deactivate those apps which are not used continuously, but they are on the background, they are operating and draining your memory space as well as your battery?
You will have to go to the settings, phone settings space, and in that you will find there's something called as background apps, or when you are granting permission to an app, when you are installing it, that time itself, when you remember whatever permission it is asking for, there will be an option which will say never, always, or when when the app is being run, or when you're using the app, or when it is in use. Only choose the option when it is in use. Never choose the always option. When you choose the always option, the chances of it updating, upgrading, or notifying you in the background will continue. So it will use the sizable amount of memory. And in the setting page also, when you have to go to that background apps and kill all those apps in from the background, so that automatically the app stop functioning. I don't know about Android. I will have to search for it, but iPhone has a feature wherein I can actually offload these apps. They will remain in my system. They will continue to be part of my system for usage. Only thing is, when I am actually wanting to use them, it takes about 30 seconds extra than what would have been the normal thing. But then when I use an app, I actually bring it up and use it, and then again it goes into offload. I put it as an automatic system. So what happens is the ones which are frequently used will always remain live. The ones which are not frequently used will actually go into background and get offloaded.
Yeah. To the best of my understanding, even Android has this function. It will ask permission to the user, can we put these apps on sleep because they are not being used consistently for a persistent period of time. You know, so they are put to sleep. You can always activate. You can always call for the app when you need it and then activate it and then use it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so that's correct.
yes. And one important thing is that, of course, most of us are now using Zoom and we are quite familiar with that. But as far as, certain things, precautions, when you start a meeting, your video doesn't come on, or your audio gives you a certain thing, makes an issue there. How do you ensure that, all the complete your video, audio, and all these things are falling in place, and then you're able to join the meeting without any concern.
When you log into Zoom and when you are wanting to attend a meeting, when the Zoom the screen is there on your laptop, desktop, or any of the digital device, you'll find on the there's a below the screen there's a small panel which will have a lot of small icons. One is a mic icon, another one is a video icon. Then you will have chat, share screen, summary, etc., etc. So we'll talk about mic. If you actually click on that icon, you'll find a number of options opening up, which will be one is the type of mic which you can select to use. If you are using multiple mics, it will give you all those which are registered or listed there. You can choose one of them, any one of them. If there's no mic, only the system mic is available, it will show only the system mic. Similarly, it will show you speaker, which is the speaker you want to use. If you have connected some external speaker, it will show you those as an option. Use it. Otherwise, it will show you a system speaker. Then comes a small text which says test speaker and microphone. Okay. So when you click on to that test speaker and microphone, it will open up a panel wherein you can now speak, record, and listen to you. Okay. When you say it will, output level will be shown there. Okay. And you will get a small music kind of a thing, beep, 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 beep kind of a thing, then which will be continuing as a, till the time you find that yes, the speaker is clear or the microphone is clear. If you do not get it, then that means there's a connectivity issue somewhere. So long as you're using the system mic and system speaker, connectivity issues are generally not there. It will straight away pick up. But if there are, then if there are some external mics, then you may have a connectivity issue. Check how you have connected. With the system mic also, if there's a connectivity issue, you may have to restart your system. Maybe there's a bug which has actually not picked up or captured your mic setting correctly. Okay. Then below that, other options are also there, like switch to phone audio, etc. Not required. Just there's a basic thing. Though there's a whole lot of audio setting is also available, wherein you can go and create some background effects, etc. Again, for a Zoom meeting, as a participant, it is not required. Next to that is a video icon. Again, similar thing is if you're using a system camera, it will be straight away showing that. If you are using an external camera, it will show you that external camera. Connect to it, you will find, yes, it is connecting. You have an option to blur your background. Okay, so then once you blur your background, whatever is in the background would not be as clearly visible as in the normal. This thing is there. You can also create a virtual background if you want. That virtual background, there are some preset background. There are, I think some of us are also using the virtual background even today. Okay. There are filters available. There are avatars which you can use. Not required. I am only saying basic. Just if your camera is not working, go there and see whether the camera is listed in the system or not. Okay. By setting this audio and video at the start of the meeting, all takes care almost 80% of your meeting requirements. Rest is up to you, how loud you speak, how close are you to the mic or the camera. You can adjust the angle of the camera to show the entire face or the area which you want to show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Manisha. Anybody else? Any questions?
There's a question, one moment.
Yes.
Sometimes the audio is giving a purring sound like a cat or a, what is it? Yeah, there's a sort of an overriding noise which is heard besides the conversation in the mic. So Manish ji could just touch upon this if it is a compatibility issue or any other quality of the mic, etc., etc., whatever it is.
If he's talking about when he's testing the mic and then he is listening to that sound as a blurring sound, compatibility issue is one. Second, look for the noises around you. What happens is if you are sitting very close to a fan, okay, and if your mic is sensitive enough to capture that the sound or the sound of the fan, it may cause that kind of a background noise or a blurry noise, blurry sound. It can cause a background noise. If there's a blur in the mic, you may probably need to keep the mic closer to your face, or worse still, there may be a problem with the mic itself. That means it is compatible, though the fans are off. There's no external noise which is affecting the system. Then apparently the mic itself has gone bad. You may have to try and change another mic and see whether the same problem happens, and then only you will know exactly the problem.
Thank you, Manish ji. I hope that addresses the question.
Mr. Balachandran is saying that
Yeah, Mr. Balachandran.
other participants are hearing his voice in a distorted way. Apparently, there are two issues. One is, as I said, mic. Second is even the network may be a problem. If there is a problem in the network, then also you will find the voice is distorted. So you may check up your network, whether the connectivity is proper or not.
Digital applications of the day, which I think I'm sure we have a lot of insights now. I think you addressed most of it. Of course, in the interest of time, we couldn't complete a few, but then nevertheless, whatever we did full justice to it. Thanks for your time and effort in this.
Thank you, Mr. Ravindra. Thank you, Sukoon, for giving me this platform to interact. And before I sign off, I must wish you all a very happy Teachers' Day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My thanks goes to each one of the participants who attended this thing, and many of them who have shared the concern or the questions which they have made it more quite interactive. Thanks a lot to you all. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you all.